Hey, this is Lise Colucci, and I'm one of the life coaches at queenbeing.com. If you need any help with anything related to narcissistic abuse, head over to queenbeing.com where we have all kinds of information to help you out, as well as links to any support groups or coaching that you might need to help you move through and heal from a narcissist in your life. Okay, I'm gonna move this camera because I'm holding it funny. Just wanted to check in with a short video about narcissists and sex and how they use it to manipulate you, hurt you, abuse you, and control you. All right, if you're in a situation where you feel like you are being sexually abused, please get some help. All right, the first thing I want to say is reach out to a crisis counselor, to a therapist, to a life coach that knows this type of topic, right? And get some help to process what you're going through, to talk it through, and to realize that this is not your fault. This is not something there's nothing you're doing here. There's nothing wrong with something you're doing, okay? A narcissist will use sex. They will push your boundaries. They will manipulate you through sexuality in order to control you. So there might be situations like you're with someone and slowly your boundaries around sexuality are being pushed. Slowly they're asking you to do things that you don't want to do things that are uncomfortable for you or even painful for you. You might be forced into situations, and if you don't do it, they punish you. It can happen slowly or it can happen over time, but or quickly, right? But what they will do often is slowly start adding in things that you don't want to do. And it doesn't matter what it is. So you can say act A, B, or C, right? And so they slowly start throwing in these things that you don't want to do. And you eventually give in to doing them because of either the pressure that they're putting on you or the threats of leaving you or the threats of cheating and finding someone else who will do those things, or the pouting or the anger or the silent treatment or the aggression that comes if you don't do the things that are being asked of you. This is sexual coercion. This is sexual abuse. This is often rape, okay? Be aware that you may have experienced something very, very painful and very uncomfortable here, and that you need to do things to protect yourself and get yourself some support. And this is not your fault. Because what they do is often a slow and steady breaking down of your boundaries so that you're doing more and more things that you do not wish to do and you never wanted to do in the first place, and you're not comfortable doing. What happens to you often is you will probably try and talk about it at first. When that doesn't work, you will do things like refuse, which they throw tantrums and do the things I just described, right? And then when you give in and do the things, you often feel like you are kind of in a dream. You're disassociated and just going through the motions. You're waiting for it to be over. You're checking out in order to have the experience just happen to you and have it be done and be over it. You can hear when I'm telling you that how much of a problem this is, right? That this is not healthy for you. So then what happens though is because of that disassociation, there's an abuse amnesia that can often come into play, or a cognitive dissonance, because you do love this person. Sexuality is supposed to be intimate and close and bonding and spiritual even for some people, but it's not with them. They're objectifying you, they're hurting you, and on your end of things, you are with your partner who you love and care about. So super conflicted, super twisted, and very confusing for people. So the unfortunate thing is they're not going to stop, and they will continue to push boundaries. And when they don't get their way, they eventually will often cheat or withhold, and that sounds funny to say withhold, because you might be thinking, well, great, if they withhold, then I don't have to do all those things. But the thing is, you're looking for intimacy and closeness in a normal, healthy adult relationship, and they're giving you the exact opposite, which is toxic and painful and abusive and controlling. And then the withholding is nothing more than the same thing, only not giving you anything, which means you are having intimacy on all levels withheld. So all of this, though, all of it is their own need for power, control, manipulation. Often they enjoy, in a sadistic way, the other person, you, having pain, having discomfort, being uncomfortable emotionally, psychologically. They enjoy that. It often can turn them on, get them off, so to speak. It's awful for people who have survived this. So I just want you to know you're not alone out there, that this happens, and that a narcissist and sexuality is often full of manipulation, full of control, full of objectification, full of, it's transactional. All right, you do this, I'll be nice to you. Have you heard that one? Right? You do this and I'll be good to you. It's disempowering for the person who's experiencing it. It's painful. It's traumatizing. Okay, so please get yourself some help if you're going through this. Know that you're not alone. And if you have any questions or you want to talk further about this topic, hit me up in the comments below. I will try to answer questions or do another video. I'm just trying to keep this one short so that, you know, if you're out there and you are experiencing this, you can hear that this is something that some narcissists do. They all are objectifying. None of them are able to connect on a deep level because how can you without empathy, right? But it can go further into full-blown sexual abuse, okay? And so be aware that it doesn't have to be forcible in the sense of physically forcible, that anything forcible, even emotionally or by someone manipulating or threatening, is also abusive. Okay. I want you guys to take care. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.